dito. Unti-unti na siyang nabubuhay yung mga flowers. Maganda to guys, lalo na pag summer. Kulay purple at saka kulay blue. Yan. Hindi mo siya kailangan lalagaan. Mabuhay siyang mag-isa niya. Yan yung mga flowers na yan. Maganda yan pag summer. Mabuhay mag-isa yung mga yan. Kuha tayo ng lemon kasi magsisisig kami ngayon. Yan. Laki oh. Hilain. Yan. Laki, grabe. Malaki yung kamay ko pero see? Cover na niya yung buong kamay ko sa laki. Grabe. Ito yung mga tinanim namin. So hindi ko sure kung damo ba yan, no? Talagang tumubo na lang yung avocado. Not sure guys kung avocado nga ba yan o damo lang. Ay naku, bakit may bulaklak? Damo ba to? Not sure. Pero tignan nyo, oh, namatay lang yung ampalaya at saka kamatis. Sabi nila hindi naman daw nabubuhay dito ang ampalaya, pero yan oh. Ano kaya itong bulaklak na to? Parang baka damo lang to kasi wala naman akong nilagay dito na ampalaya. Pero bakit merong ganito na tumubo na flower? So baka damo lang siguro. Sayang naman. Ito kaya? Ano ba tong tumubo na to? Halaman ba to or diba? Or damo lang yan? Not really sure. Ito guys, tignan nyo. Lalabas na yung mga bulaklak niya. Pero tignan nyo to, which is maalala nyo. Ang lanta na to, super dry. Pero tignan nyo yung mga bulaklak niya. Ganda. Kaso, mas naman ko mga hulog lang yung mga petals. Diba? Even if nandyan na sila sa puno, nahulog ba? Hindi silang artificial sa first place. Even ito, ubos na yung flowers. Hey guys!
Hi!
Andito ulit kami ngayon sa Pars Park. Shami is with me. Why? Ang lamig. Lamig guys. Ang daming tao. Daming tao ngayon. There's Kuya and Daddy. Pupunta din dito yung kasama namin sa Couples for Christ. Yan. Nagkayaan kaming mag-park ngayon. Para naman hindi lang nag-gadgets yung mga bata. Kasi puro computer. Yung computer games na lang ang nilalaro ng mga bata ngayon. Yan. It's good na merong activity yung mga bata. Although sa school, meron naman talaga. Kasi from the time na pagdating pa lang nila ng school, meron na silang activity. Yan. Yan. Ang daming tao. Pakita ko sa inyo yung mga pine tree dito, guys. Yan. Yan.
Yay! Don't you dare!
Lalaki, no? kailangan kong maglakad guys kasi busog na busog kami. Ang ulam namin kanina ay pork sisig. Yan. Kasi natutunan na namin iluto yung mga pagkain na paborito namin kasi nga mahirap maghanap dito ng restaurant na makakainan na convenient puntahan or accessible puntahan. So yung seafood na restaurant na gustong-gusto namin pinupuntahan, dun kami madalas na pag weekend. So yun, marunong na rin kami ng recipe niya. Madami na kaming natutunan iluto kasi nga yun na actually bonding namin mag-asawa pag weekends. Nagluluto kami in the morning and tapos lunch as a family. And then yun, eto na, gaya ngayon sabay-sabay kaming nag-lunch, masarap na lunch, and we decided na yan, mag-park kami. Although kanina pa namang umaga kasi nag-message na sa amin yung ka-couples namin. So, ka-couples for Christ namin. So, yun. Tinanong niya kung may lakad kami ngayon. So, yun. Dati kasi napag-usapan namin about going to the park. Dahil gusto rin nila tong park na to. Yan. So, here we are.
Good morning guys. Magdamag na malakas yung hangin. Yan. Kung nakikita niyo yung mga puno dyan sa harapan ng bahay namin. Sobrang lakas ng hangin. As in, habang natutulog, parang may kumakatok na yung hampas ng hangin. Ganun yung feeling. Yung force ng air. So, tumutulog siya sa door. Ayan, sobrang lakas ng hangin. Hindi naman umulan. Parang drizzle lang konti. Kahapon, actually, kasama namin yung si Maria, yung family friend namin. Dito siya kumain ng lunch kahapon. And then, after lunch, nag-thrift shop kami, tapos nagpunta kami ng Boundary, nagpunta kami ng Reduce to Clear, tapos Kmart, at saka Chemist Warehouse. Pinasyal namin siya para magkaroon siya ng idea pag meron siyang mga kailangan bilhin. Alam na niya kung saan siya pupunta. Kasi malapit lang naman siya kung magbabas siya. Yun. So, actually marunong na nga siyang mag-bus. Galing. Iba talaga kapag independent ka, yung mag-isa ka talagang mapipilitan kang matuto kung paano tumayo sa sariling paa. Tapos, by the way, dumating na rin yung visa ng family niya. Kaka-approve lang, I think, 2 days ago yan. So, maglilipat sila ng bahay. Actually, yung nakuha naming accommodation for her, i-renovate pala siya, pero yun nga, meron pa silang 1 month to vacate, pero nakahanap naman agad. So, yun, and fortunately, yung lilipatan nila is malapit lang sa amin, sa bahay namin. So, yan, madalas yan kami magkikita, and hopefully soon pagbuo ng family niya, mapapakita ko sila sa videos, isa sa mga videos natin. So, time check, around 8:15 siguro ng umaga.
guys, it's raining today. Yan, hapon na. Dito na kami ngayon sa bahay. So, kadarating lang namin. 10:30 yung mass na inattenda namin. And kasama namin kanina si Sis Maria, yung friend namin. Kasi hindi siya nakasimba ng usual na schedule na ina-attend niya, which is 9 o'clock. And then, so yun, yung inattendan niyang mass, yung next, which is in 10:30. So yun, katabi namin siya. And then, iyahatid sana namin siya kasi mag-grocery daw sila, yung kasama niya sa house. And then, yun, lumabas muna kami, kumain muna kami sa labas ng family. And then, yan, may pinick up lang kami on the way home. And then, here we are, nasa bahay na kami at nasa balcony kami ngayon. So ito, it looks like it's gonna rain a while ago and eto na ngayon, umuulan na. Joining us, hey guys, joining us here today is Lucas, my eldest son, or just my one and only son, Lucas. And so we're gonna interview him today about schooling here in New Zealand. Followers who are asking about schooling here in New Zealand. So, okay. First question, Kuya. Okay. Is it difficult to be in the school here in New Zealand as compared to UAE school, which is Abu Dhabi school? Is it difficult?
No, we don't really get much homework compared to New Zealand and UAE.
Was it difficult to adjust from UAE and then joining here a totally different environment, a totally different school, totally different classmates, and you don't have friends here at all in New Zealand? Like, was it difficult?
No, both countries speak English, and friends aren't hard to make here.
Was it hard? Like, you didn't have friends when you joined the school. Like, you were like a total stranger at school. You didn't have friends. Was it difficult, like, to be able to get along?
No, people here are friendly.
Oh, wow. How about your classmates?
Yeah, they're all friendly.
You also have different nationalities classmates, right? Your classmates are from different countries.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any Filipino classmates?
Yeah.
How many of them?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Boys or?
Both. 1 girl, 1 boy.
Okay. Do they came from Philippines or were they like in the school here in New Zealand for a long time before you came?
In the school a long time before I came.
Okay. How about other nationalities? Like, was it difficult to get along with them?
No. They all speak English.
So what? What do you mean they all speak English?
It's easy to get along.
When you speak English?
Yeah.
Okay. How about, like, you didn't have friends at all. So how was the adjustment, like, in terms of joining activities, like joining class discussions? Was it the same like in UAE? Like in terms of, like, for example, given any subject, math or English, was it the same environment when you're having a discussion in Abu Dhabi as compared here when you have a math or English lesson? Was it totally different, and how was it different?
It's not that different compared to math in UAE. What we do here is, like, we have books. Each book is for like a grade or a year, and then we have to do that book every time we do math, or we have a math session, and then yeah, there's like 200 pages, and like we do like 2 pages a day.
And by the way, guys, you know, we're just very proud and happy parents, me and Butch, because we were informed by teachers, not only teacher, that Lucas is gifted child, in the sense that not only he is very active at the school, like get along well with his classmates despite being new here in New Zealand, as well as, being proactive, like in terms of volunteering when the teachers would need some help. And then, like, they have recently registered or let him join a math club, which is, we're proud, like, it makes us really proud, parents, to be able to have a son who has recently joined a class, and yet he was able to, not only enjoy being here at the school, but at the same time excel academically, I must say, because we were also told that every time they would be on math and English subjects, they would actually move him into a higher level of learnings, because the teachers would say that his academic knowledge is higher than he is supposed to have at the moment. So it kind of makes us feel proud as parents. But at the same time, like, we always still have to, monitor him, not too strict. In fact, we haven't, like, from the very start, even back in Abu Dhabi, never been strict when it comes to his studies. We just let him handle everything, and we just, I guess we help him only at times that he would actually need our help. Like, if he actually would come to us and ask for our help, not from me, because most of the time he would only ask help from his dad, because his dad is also a mathematician just like him. So next question is, like, in terms of, like, there are so many cultures in your school, Kuya. Like, they're all diverse cultures. Was there any sense of bullying in the school? I mean, of course, not with you, because you've already been, transparent to us that there's nothing, so far has happened inside your classroom, sort of like that. But have you heard anything sort of bullying in your school? Is there any sort of bullying? Nothing. So, can you consider, like, being safe? Being in a safe environment in your school? Like how do you feel that sense of being safe?
Everyone there welcomes all the new people that come into the class. And they're all friendly there and kind.
So how about those on higher levels? Do you see them bullying? Not at all. But have you encountered any of them?
Yeah.
And they are okay? Like, they don't?
Yeah, they're like the year 7s, just older.
Okay, so they don't bully others.
No.
Okay. And then also, how is the day looking like? Like, as soon as you go to the school, what's the first thing that you normally do? And how does your day start? How does your day ends at the school?
So at the beginning of school, we basically, like, I put my bag where everyone puts their bag, and then...
Was it inside classroom or outside?
It's inside the classroom. There's like a bunch of hangers.
Oh, okay.
And then after...
Not at the bottom of your desk, like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Then after I do that, there's like year 8s I play with basketball in my class. We play every morning. Then the bell rings, we have to go back to class. Then we play again at morning tea. how my day ends is after lunchtime. Like that's where I play basketball like a lot. We have to like just keep studying for like 2 hours, I think, and then we just go home.
But all I heard from you was we're playing, Kuya. How many times you mentioned the word studies? It's only one time, like 2 hours. Like how would you make it on a percentage? Like, okay, how many hours is sort of physical activity or playing, and how many hours is for, like for studies, like for academics?
It depends what day it is.
Oh,
Because
really?
usually on Tuesdays or Thursdays, for studies we have like PE. We go outside, play tag or like couple line. Then it's either that or on a normal day we just play. Because the last few hours of school, like after lunch, is usually the boring part.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, at the school, Kuya, do you still have that biking lesson, or like ever since that incident happened when they have kind of stolen the bikes from your school? When that incident happened, were they able to, like recover the bikes at all?
I don't know how, but like they randomly just got a bunch of golden bikes that are like way better than the old ones.
Okay, so you have new ones at the school, and
Yeah.
you still have the biking lessons again?
Yeah. No, I learned how to bike already.
Yeah, but do you still have that activity for biking?
Yeah, every Thursday we have
Oh, okay.
bikes.
Okay. And what else am I gonna ask you, Kuya? I know you miss your friends a lot. Do you still communicate with your friends in Abogado?
Sometimes like through online.
Do you miss them? Do you miss your friends?
No.
Not anymore. Be honest. You miss them before, right? You used to miss
Yeah.
them. But how did you cope with that? Like, I remember when we were, we have recently arrived here, and you actually look sad for, I think, for almost 2 weeks. We know that you've been missing your friends then, although you still communicate with them for a few of the times because of, like the time difference. But how did you cope with that? Like not being able to be with your friends anymore like before.
I forgot about all of them.
How were you able to move on?
School like takes up most of my week, and like I spend most of my time at school making new friends and studying new things.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of, like some of the viewers here have their children who are having, they're kind of scared actually. Some of the parents are scared to bring their children here. Like the fear of adjustments, okay? And the fear of being bullied at the school, or, like not being able to have friends at the school when they come here. If you were to advise them, those kids who are coming here, as migrants just like us, what will you advise? What advice would you give to them? Like for them to be able to handle it well, just like how you did. What will you give them as advice?
Try to like ask for their names online or like accounts online. That way you can play with them way more often, like every day after school. Yeah.
So it's like making connections. You have to like I think what you meant is you have to exert effort to get in touch with them or connect with them even outside the school, so that you can get along with them more often. And was it difficult for you?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes like my friend, like usually He lives like just over there.
Mm-hmm.
He walks with me like after school back home.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes he gives me like $1 or like chips. Yeah.
Alright. That's it, Kuya. I think this video is long enough. And thank you, Kuya, for joining me in this interview. Maybe if I'm gonna have more questions from the mommies and daddies out there, and one of the viewers is, or in, like for some of the viewers who also wanted to ask you questions as a student here in New Zealand. So thank you, Kuya. So ayan. Actually, di ba? Di mo naman masisisi rin yung mga parents na nag-aalangan na kung madali bang mag-adjust dito ang, di ba, ang mga anak nila. In fact, meron kaming kasama sa community, sa church community, and from Pinas sila, and kumbaga first time nilang makapag-schooling abroad ng mga bata, and you know, like they have some sort of adjustments, like as compared sa mga bata na galing na ng diverse culture, which is kagaya ng mga anak namin na galing na kasi ng UAE, which is of course a diverse culture. So hindi ganun kahirap. So baga minor adjustment lang sa kanila. Considering it's a new environment, it's a new country, new cultures, new classmates, pero yung the fact na makikipag-usap sila, socialize, have new friends na ibang nationality, hindi na yun bago sa kanila. Especially Lucas, kasi when we had Lucas, nung nasa KG1 and KG2 siya sa Abu Dhabi, syempre isa pa lang naman ang anak namin nun. So at that time, naka-enroll siya sa international school. So at that time, syempre, talagang literal na iba-ibang nationality. Kasi nung nasa grade 1 na yata or grade 2 na namin siya nilipat sa Filipino school sa Abu Dhabi. So, nung nasa Filipino school na siya sa Abu Dhabi, syempre, talagang all Filipinos yung mga klase niya. Although, kahit Filipinos yung mga klase niya, since most of them there were also born and raised in UAE, so yung mga kaklase niya talagang English speaking rin. So, nung nasa UAE siya. So, I guess yung adjustment is more of a language barrier talaga. Kung galing ka ng Pinas, diretso dito sa New Zealand. Pero kung galing ka na sa bansa na kung saan yung native language is English, pagdating dito, hindi na ganun kahirap mag-adjust yung mga bata. So, ayun lang. We're really happy kasi yung mga anak namin, it took them, I think, almost 2 weeks lang to be able to, you know, like to start enjoying school as normal as enjoying the school in Abu Dhabi. Although I must say na nakita talaga namin sa mga bata na mas masaya sila sa school dito compare nung nasa Abu Dhabi sila. Kasi yung strategy nila sa Filipino school is very different sa strategy nila ng academics or, you know, like ng education pagdating dito sa New Zealand. Kasi dito sa New Zealand, more on socialization, more on physical activities muna yung mga bata. I think pagdating na ng higher years, doon sila talaga magiging serious sa academics. Pero yung kumbaga yung parang main focus muna nila sa early studies ng mga bata dito is to be able to, you know, like to learn how to socialize, to get along well with people, get along well with different cultures, different, you know, like classmates, and have friends, have fun in life. Yun yung parang goal muna nila, and then later on sila talagang super seryoso talaga sa studies nila. So So, ayun lang. Even kay Salm actually, sabi nga ni Salm is para lang daw siyang nasa daycare kasi talagang ini-enjoy nila yung nasa school. And talagang hindi sila nahirapan, I must say, sa adjustments pagdating dito. So, yan lang, it's a great lesson. So, umuulan pa rin, guys. And, yan, kanina sa simbahan, medyo konti lang yung nagsimba kasi sobrang lakas ng hangin. As in, alam mo yung habang natutulog ka, parang may kumakalampag na sa bahay. And sabi nga ni Maria kanina, yung friend namin, akala ko bumabagyo sa New Zealand, no? Dito sa Auckland, sabi niya, kasi ang lakas ng hangin. Kasi di ba sa Pinas, ganun yung pag sobrang lakas na ng hangin, talagang alam mo na may padating na bagyo. Ganun yung feeling eh. Pero yun dito kasi, although ganun kalakas ang hangin, hindi naman yun madalas. Like, there are times na ganun talaga. Pero, yung ulan hindi naman siya talaga malakas. Parang drizzle lang talaga. And hindi naman siya tumatagal. Yun. Mga an hour, and then, ano na naman siya, hihinto. Kagaya kanina, no? Like, magdamag talagang sobrang gloomy weather. And then, ang lakas ng, hangin. And then, by around 8:30, biglang lumiwanag. Biglang sumikat yung araw. And then, so, nung nasa simbahan na kami, dire-diretso pa rin, walang ulan, ganyan. And then, nung pauwi na kami, just half an hour ago, I think, or, 45 minutes ago, habang pauwi kami, dun, nag-start umulan. Paunti-unti. So, ayun lang. May mga questions ako na natatanggap sa mga viewers kung mahirap daw bang mag-adjust yung mga bata dito. Which is why, sabi ko kay Lucas, baka pwedeng interview ko siya para makatulong naman, sa mga parents na mga viewers dito who are, interested to know kung papaano yung studying here, adjusting here sa buhay dito sa New Zealand as a student. So, yun. Hindi naman siya mahirap. And I always believe that as parents, ang main role talaga natin is be there for our children, and as much as possible, open the line of conversation, open the line of communication with them so that they're not scared in, being transparent with you kung ano yung nangyayari sa kanila sa school. Kasi, di ba meron sa atin yung nung mga bata tayo, yung meron tayong somehow takot sa parents natin na mag-open up, yung ganun ba na nakasanayan. And, kumbaga, minsan kinikim-kim na lang natin kahit may pinagdadaanan tayo. Pero kasi, yung generation ngayon guys, iba. And, kumbaga, we have to, in this new generation, kailangan din natin mag-adjust as parents na kung papaano makasabay sa kanila in such a way na hindi malayo yung loob nila sa atin, but at the same time also get to know them better. Like sa amin ni Butch, most of the time actually siya yung nakikipaglaro sa mga bata. And we have a family time. And yun nga, yung nakasanayan namin na sa gabi, we pray as family bago matulog. Talagang nag-aalat kami ng time para sa prayer time na yun bago matulog. So, what usually happens is Lucas would read the Bible verse for the day, yung gospel reading, I mean. After magbasa ng gospel ni Lucas for the day, meron kaming prayer book. So, babasahin yun ni Salm. And then, after basahin ni Salm yun, sasabihin ni Salm yung personal intentions niya, ni Chami. And then, after sabihin ni Chami yung personal intentions niya, it's my turn. So, ako naman yung maglilid ng family prayer. After kung sabihin yung personal intentions ko and yung family prayers namin, si Lucas naman. So after mag-pray ni Lucas ng personal intentions niya, si Butch naman ang mag-pray, magko-close ng prayer as a family. And then after nun, tapos na yung family prayer namin. Minsan, meron pang time na yung pinag-aano namin sila, pinag-sharing ng ano yung highest or parang kumbaga yun yung happiest part of the day nila or yung lowest part, which is yung kumbaga parang sad part of the day, kung ano yung pinaka-lows and highs nila for the day. And then also, pagtapos na yung prayer time namin, di ba yung mga bata usually para makatulog sila, binabasahan sila ng fairy tale stories, di ba? So, for Chami, instead na fairy tale story ang binabasa sa kanya, meron ginagamit na mobile app si Butch. Ang daddy nila, meron siyang Bible app na binabasa on children's, kumbaga parang on children's version siya, Bible story. So, yun yung binabasa ni Butch sa kanya. And it does an amazing job kasi parang, alam mo yun, hindi lang na-enjoy si Sam, hindi lang siya, alam mo yun, yung nakakatulong ng mahimbing. At the same time, natatandaan talaga niya yung mga Bible stories. Kasi dito sa New Zealand, dito sa Auckland, walang ganun na regular catechism class. So, ang nangyayari is every Sunday during Mass, tatawagin yung mga bata na hindi pa nakapag First Communion. And then, ang kasama nila is nuns. So, yun yung parang tinatranslate on a, like on the level of children, kung ano yung gospel, yung gospel reading and yung interpretation niya in their level of understanding. So, sort of yun na yung catechism class nila. Pero hindi siya regularly every Sunday. As much as possible, meron. Pero there are few of those times na, kumbaga, walang available na magte-take charge for their catechism. Pero hanggang dun lang. After makapag First Communion ng mga bata, kumbaga, wala ng catechism class. And unlike kasi dun sa Abu Dhabi, talagang merong every Sunday may regular catechism class. So dito kasi sa New Zealand, maraming iba-ibang religions, maraming iba-ibang churches. And so, even sa Catholics ko, konti lang naman yung mga tao na nakakapagsimba. And so, ayun nga. So, in terms of that, magkaiba ng environment sa Abu Dhabi or sa UAE dito sa New Zealand. So, yun nga. Malaking bagay yon na binabasahan siya ni Butch ng Bible stories bago matulog. Sometimes nga daw, sabi ni Butch, kakastart pa lang niyang basahin yung Bible stories, naghihilik na si Chami. So, yun nga. But the good thing about that is, hindi lang nakakapag, hindi lang na-enjoy ni Chami yung mga Bible stories. Natatandaan talaga ng bata. Because there are times na siya mismo, nagkukwento siya kung ano yung binasa sa kanya na Bible story ng daddy niya. Although alam namin that at that time, talagang papikit na yung mata niya and almost tulog na siya. So, yun lang guys. May habol ko pa tong upload na to for the day. Today is Sunday and happy Sunday to all of you. Please continue liking my videos and please continue watching, subscribing to my channel, and please like this video, share and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any further questions, and please click that notification bell at the bottom para maging aware kayo sa mga future videos ko. And so, see you again soon, and God bless you all. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye!